Am I the asshole for returning my daughter's birthday cake after I discovered that my wife made changes to it? I, male 37, have a daughter, now 13, Olivia, from my former relationship. Currently, I'm married to my wife who has a daughter, 16, Brittany. So, Brittany is the opposite of Olivia. For example, Brittany is a social kid, Olivia is introvert. The list is long, but they're just the complete opposite. Olivia's 13th birthday was 2 days ago. She loves chocolate and I decided this is the flavor I was going to go with when I contacted the bakery. However, my wife objected since Brittany absolutely hates chocolate and suggested we go with vanilla. I said no way because for one, Olivia hates vanilla and it's also her birthday, so she gets to have her cake with her favorite's flavor. My wife got upset and took it as in I had no regard for Brittany and that we should just choose another natural flavor instead. I shut that down and said no more discussing this because I'd already decided to go with what Olivia wanted. At the day of the birthday, I was supposed to go get the cake, but I was surprised to see my wife coming home after picking up the cake from the bakery. I looked at it and discovered that it wasn't a chocolate cake but a vanilla cake with small pieces of chocolate on top. I got pissed thinking they got my order wrong and was about to contact them, but my wife said there was no mistake and that she called the bakery the day before and made slight changes to the cake to please both girls. I was stunned. I lost it on her and asked why the hell she did that. She got defensive saying that birthdays are no excuse to show favoritism and that her daughter is watching and observing how I'm treating both girls. I told her off since I was the one paying, then called the bakery and explained what happened. I had the cake returned and replaced with a chocolate cake. Although this one is smaller, but it was fine. My wife declined to take part in the celebration and later we got into a huge argument where she called me controlling and selfish for returning the cake instead of using this opportunity to teach Olivia to compromise so everyone's happy. Now I'm teaching her to be selfish. I said that my daughter gets to act selfish on her birthday and that she, my wife, was teaching her daughter to be entitled. Word for word, and it led to a bigger argument. We're not talking as of now. Am I the asshole for returning the cake and not taking my wife's input into consideration? Not the asshole, it's Olivia's birthday, not Brittany's birthday. The cake should be the flavor of what the birthday kid wants. This is a special day for Olivia, therefore there doesn't really need to be fairness between your daughters. I don't like chocolate, but when it's my sister's birthday, we get chocolate because it's what she likes. I suck it up because it's her special day. Your wife is an asshole for going behind your back. The cake was basically vanilla to make Brittany happy, with tiny bits of chocolate for the birthday girl. Why can't Brittany learn to compromise? She's older, and she should know that she can't get what she wants on a day that's not her birthday. Keep a very keen eye on both your stepdaughter and most of all your wife. Should she try some of this again, divorce her before she does lasting damage to your child. Your wife certainly is a huge asshole. There's something wrong with her and I'm worried for his daughter. Exactly. This can't be the first incident. Not the asshole. Your wife is projecting onto you because she is the one showing favoritism. You signed up for this original poster. You signed your daughter up for this. Welcome to the wind up. Not the asshole, but original poster. Do you see the flags? A birthday cake is for the person whose birthday it is. It's not selfish or demeaning to get the person's favorite flavor. Your stepdaughter could have had a vanilla cupcake. But, no, your wife made the point to go behind you back and change it for her daughter. Your wife talks about how her daughter is observing how you treat her. So your daughter doesn't matter? Your daughter would see a stepmom who doesn't give two shits about her. Hypocrisy much? You did well in changing the cake. But you have way bigger problems in your home. The fact that she did this so flagrantly tells me she's been messing with your kid for a while. You probably just caught on edited a word. I know, right? She keeps saying, you are teaching Olivia to be selfish, all while catering to her own kid on original poster's kid's birthday. Her kid getting what she wants, overruling what the actual birthday kid wants, is the definition of selfish. She is teaching her kid to be entitled even when it is someone else's time to shine. Of course Olivia gets to be favorited on her birthday. LMAO. I am saying not the asshole, but original poster, like the comments have said, you need to talk with your daughter and ask how your wife has been treating your daughter behind your back. This is most certainly not the first time she has gone behind your back. I wouldn't be surprised if she has possibly taken things you have given to Olivia and given them to her daughter while telling Olivia not to be selfish. Not the asshole at all. It seems you have a serious wife problem. She is way out of her lane. 1. You're Olivia's parent. Her birthday, her cake. 2. You're Olivia's parent, you get to decide what lessons she gets and when, at least for now. 3. Your wife seems to think that you too need a lesson and she's treating you as a child. I would seriously reconsider this whole situation. It's not okay for her to undermine and undo your decisions. This wouldn't be okay even if she was her child too. She is, without a doubt, the controlling one here. If she wanted Brittany to eat vanilla cake, she should have gotten her one. That would have been the only logical compromise. Get a slice of vanilla cake for her. That's plenty to show that you've considered her preferences, but without ruining it for the birthday girl. Getting a third flavor is like, hey, I like mountains, you like seaside, so let's go to a small hill and be miserable. Brittany gets her cake on her b-day, I assume she has one too. And the lesson is birthdays are when we celebrate the person whose birthday it is. Surely at 16, she'd get it. Or does she dictate friends' cakes too? I have the sneaky suspicion that Olivia has to put up with a lot of this kinda crap from both of them. Good job for sticking up for her. Agree to all of this, especially the last sentence. My daughter and I absolutely hate those cakes that have strawberries in them, but my son loves them. He usually requests this for his b-day and I just get 2 cupcakes for us. That's the simple, most obvious thing to do instead of not getting what my son liked for his b-day. Not the asshole. Your wife is bonkers. Everyone is entitled to special treatment on their birthday. Your wife is acting entitled. She tried to present you with a fait accompli after not being able to persuade you to see it her way. She's now trying to emotionally manipulate you. I get that you paid for the cake, but that's less of an issue for me than the lack of respect both towards you and towards your daughter. Greater than she got defensive, saying that birthdays are no excuse to show favoritism and that her daughter is watching and observing how I'm treating both girls. The lesson that her daughter is learning is that her mother is entitled and her stepdad will stand up for those he loves. Provided you spoil Brittany in the same way on her birthday, it's all good. My sister loves carrot cake. Nobody in the history of the world loves carrot cake, but my sister does. You better believe I got her a carrot cake for her birthday, and everyone just hunkered down and ate it at the party. I mean, I love carrot cake. Carrot cake with cream cheese frosting is god-tier cake and I will die on that hill. Yikes. Your wife is the one showing favoritism by choosing a cake for her daughter while ignoring what your daughter wants for her own birthday. So yeah, her daughter is watching and observing to see if you let her mother run roughshod over you. How long have you been married? Too late for an annulment? This woman is going to be a nightmare for your daughter. Also, wife's daughter is 16 and original poster's daughter 13. While neither is a small child, they are both still kids and there is an enormous gap in maturity and the like between a 16-year-old and someone who just officially became a teenager. The 16-year-old by now should absolutely understand that when it's not her birthday, she gets no say, especially in something like flavor of the damn birthday cake. On her own birthday she can have all the vanilla she wants. Therapy is absolutely needed for this whole mess, and failing that, original poster absolutely needs to stand up for his daughter and leave. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Your wife seems kinda wild for not letting her stepdaughter eat her favorite flavor of cake on her b-day. My mom likes coconut cream pie on her b-day, for instance. Me and my dad hate coconut, but we eat it happily every year, as the smile on my mom's face is worth the bad pie. Your wife is talking about picking favorites? Try getting the wrong flavor, not even partying, being a lil crybaby and not talking to you. Weird man. I don't understand why she didn't just get a smaller cake for the daughter, if it was so important. It almost seems like she attempted to do a power move or something and when it blew up, she jumped to, your daughter is selfish and you don't care about mine. I also wonder if the daughter who's 16 and older even cared about the cake in the first place. I know when I was that age, the last thing I cared about was my brothers, who would be about the same age as the youngest when I was 16, cake. Instead, it was waiting to see how long it would take before I could sneak out and go hang out with my friends. Greater than should just choose another natural flavor instead. Shocked then? Greater than she got defensive saying that birthdays are no excuse to show favoritism. Lol, what? This is the one day of the year you are supposed to show favoritism toward someone. Greater than her daughter is watching and observing how I'm treating both girls. Greater than instead of using this opportunity to teach Olivia to compromise so everyone's happy. Lol, okay. Did she get Brittany a gift for Olivia's birthday too? The only thing being taught is that Olivia is not important and Brittany is. The only thing Brittany is observing is her mother being a lawnmower. Your wife sounds exhausting. Not the asshole, but you sure as shit will be one if you stay married to this person and allow your daughter to be second to everything so everyone can be happy. Not the asshole. Why can't she teach Brittany to compromise? She's elder and should know how to by now. This is such an idiotic situation. She could have easily called the bakery and added a few vanilla cupcakes to your order and been done with it. Changing the birthday cake is an asshole move. I would take issue with the bakery too for accepting to make changes without checking with you. Right? Every time I see a post like this, the step-parent is always saying original poster's biological child needs to learn to compromise, while simultaneously teaching their biological child to lie, cheat, or just be genuinely sneaky to get what they want out of a situation. Not the asshole. Your wife has absolutely no problem going behind your back. Of course you are right. How much do you want to bet on her daughter's birthday there will be a vanilla cake and that for some reason that won't be considered selfish? This point is exactly what he needs to bring up with the wife. Your wife has told you outright who she is and, I think she might have even said she knows she is mistreating your daughter. Especially with this line. Greater than she got defensive saying that birthdays are no excuse to show favoritism and that her daughter is watching and observing how I'm treating both girls. I have found, with abusive people, they often accuse you of doing what they are doing. Right here, she is randomly telling you that the daughters are seeing how you treat them. Makes me think she knows Olivia sees the shit she's been pulling, stuff you haven't seen, and knows she's in the wrong so is totally putting it on you. I would sit your daughter down for a heart-to-heart honest conversation and ask what she's been going through since the marriage. Take her out to a nice hot chocolate place. I would then suggest heavily you go to family therapy. And not the asshole. Why didn't she just get her daughter a vanilla cupcake? Switching the entire cake is such a weird, underhanded thing to do. She truly made a mountain out of molehill. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Thank you for standing up for your daughter. Your wife just showed you what her true personality is. I would wonder how she treats your daughter when you are not around. This is the hill to absolutely die on. I don't like to jump straight to divorce, but by the time someone is posting on subs like am I the asshole, more often than not the situation warrants it. I'd bet that this story is the tip of the iceberg and there's likely a lot going on that original poster doesn't know about. Your wife has shown you who she is, and her favoritism is on show for us all to see. Get to the bottom of what's really going on and protect your daughter. I wouldn't be surprised if you end up discovering things that are divorce worthy. Good luck and not the asshole.